mucus on there.
Dude, my tears are burning. I couldn't wash my face.
Fucking Chris has milk coming out of his face.
Oh, dude. Oh, that hurts so bad.
Alright, so 6-hour drive down to the Rio Grande Valley from Houston. I'm about to get into some crazy shit. We're gonna eat some hot wings, answer some questions, do some cool stuff, and these dudes, I don't think, understand what they're about to get themselves into. I've been looking up the Scoville units on these wings, or these wing sauces, these hot sauces, and it's not gonna be fun. I can already tell. It's gonna be fun, but it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna end very horribly, and we might lose members, and we might lose, facial hairs, and but we'll gain confidence and fans, hopefully, from this stupid shit. Stay tuned. Boom.
Skill. Boom.
What's up, guys? I'm Chris Castro. These are the Drop Dead Frets, and these are some really hot sauces.
For everybody that doesn't know you guys, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
That's pretty good. So, I'm Chris. Vocals, rhythm guitar, do all things music.
JB, I play drums and a little bit of percussion outside stuff.
I'm Sam. I'm the bass player and professional shit talker.
That's true.
Danny, lead guitar.
Also professional shit talker.
The silent killer.
How long have y'all been musicians?
Oh man, all our lives, I think.
Yeah, man, I've been playing since I was 12, which to these guys probably won't seem very, very long ago, but
I've been singing on stage since I was, a baby, I'm a child, a 1-year-old. So,
23 years, 6 months, 14 days.
Let me see, I'm 37. I started when I was 11. I feel kind of embarrassed because I'm the accountant in the band. I can't even do the fucking math right now. But I will say this, man. It's been an exciting road. Started out as a rocker. Got the first opportunity to play professionally with a Tejano band, which fucking pulled me out of my element, but taught me a very valuable lesson of etiquette and. If you want your band to get out there, it showed me how to build a brand and really develop whatever you want to do, man, regardless of what genre it's at.
I mean, you guys started off with like a metal band together, no?
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We were in a metal band together, and that was like 10 years. I mean, I don't know if you were in that long, but I think it was a good 5 years with you. But yeah, that was that, and then. The story that I've been saying, that pretty much the way that the events happened was, my dad passed a couple years ago, and he was a huge country person, and I just wanted to be closer to him somehow, some way. Was listening to a lot of that stuff, started writing it, started getting really into it, heavy. And funny thing is that we had been playing country covers already for a long time.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I got into the band, I was coming out of a country band, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna play
some rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we wrote this album and just put it out there. Basically, it all kind of happened really fast. I was thinking about it yesterday of how these songs came together and things like that, and I couldn't. I was like, man, I can't remember writing them. I remember the studio time and things like that. I don't remember sitting down and spending time on the music. It just kind of all came together and happened so quickly. So.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember all those fucking times we came over to Danny's. I
remember the times that
trying to get a skeleton of the songs because we knew going into the studio, we didn't know what they were gonna expect us to do with these songs. We're not country like traditionally. You know what I mean? We're like a kind of rock group, young crowd that we want to do it. and we get down near it, but we needed the expertise of like somebody that's already in that field. Like, I mean, it'd be like getting George Strait to fucking come and help us write a song. I mean, you know, but I just want to make that comparison. But in the essence of, you know, we got somebody that really helped us point us in the right direction of what we wanted to do with these songs, and I think we did accomplish that, man.
Well, I think that takes us to like the next part.
Yeah.
How is the sauce? Was it even hot?
It was
not
not
okay.
that hot,
I'm digging the
It was good.
pineapple.
It was, yeah, it's really good. It's really like pineapple-y.
but it wasn't that hot.
Let's dive in a little bit deeper to the new album. I know there's a bunch of shit that y'all did. Talk about the album, talk about where you recorded it, all that stuff.
Cool. Let's fucking do
Yeah.
this.
I fucked up.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, good.
I hate that one.
The only things I did drinking.
It's good.
My
but-
pepper is
but
super
it's,
peppery.
Alright.
I think I swallowed it wrong.
That's what she said. I'll put a little bit more. I'm probably gonna regret this later, but
So
I put shit.
we were looking into studios, and we were looking into a studio that was almost impossible to Is it that on already? Alright, so we were looking at a studio that was almost impossible to get, something that was kind of beyond our expectations. And we looked into Sonic Ranch, which is out in El Paso. Sonic Ranch Studios is I think is one of the largest, or is the largest live-in home studio in the United States. It's one of the biggest studios in the world. So you basically go there, you're outside in the middle of nowhere in the desert.
pecan farm, bro.
On a pecan farm, overlooking the mountains of, what is it, Juarez, Mexico? And you're away from everybody. And you're
Well,
just
it's
there
really
making
in
music.
Neo.
It's Tornillo.
Oh man.
And Juarez is out there. Yeah, it is hot.
That was pretty good.
So we decided to,
Sorry, it's good.
Can I keep these when we're done?
yeah. So we decided to go out there and do it at that place. And we had a great time, man. We
Met some amazing people.
We met some
Yeah.
amazing people. There were some people that, I mean, while you're recording in your studio, there's other people doing their stuff in their studio. And I mean, from Cody Jinks to Whitey Morgan to Whiskey Myers,
Billy Gibbons, Talk, Ministry.
Ministries recording
Nico
there.
Robles.
Snarky puppy, dude.
So we, we went to the place and, stood amongst where a bunch of,
Amazing musicians.
bunch of amazing
Legends.
people kind of, came before us, and the vibe of that place is amazing.
I mean, just the people that work there, man. Not even the musicians, but like, we met like
Mario, dude.
Mario.
Fucking shout out to Mario, dude.
Love you, bro.
Love you, man. Fucking love you, man. Mario was cool as shit.
He's
Dude.
an engineer, man. He knew his stuff, man. He was awesome, man. He was, a little bit older than me also, and he's,
Genuine human being.
Yeah, man. We got there and he was like super nice. We're like, oh, cool.
Dude, that's the most humble person in the fucking world, bro.
And then Dakota,
That
man.
guy actually taught me how to use an indoor voice. Because you talk to that guy and he's like,
You must have forgotten.
I did forget, man. Or, after like 4 or 5 minutes. Like,
We also had Dakota Rasic, which was
Dakota,
our guitar tech, who's tech for
Eric Wilson from Sublime.
he's tech for Sublime, he's
The
tech
Dirty
for
Heads.
Atreyu.
Yeah.
So he was
Thundercat.
really cool. Thundercat, yeah.
Thundercat, dude. Oh,
Yeah, man,
shit.
Dakota, man. I mean, anything I needed on the guitar, he
was on it.
I mean, he was.
Yeah.
There is an inside story, and I'm not gonna explain on this, but you had to have been there, but it was just a laughing moment with Chris. But,
So I heard about a Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was one of the highlights of just being there, man.
Yeah.
Like just being able to use the gear that they had available for us, like
Yeah.
exclusive like gear like that people you see in museums. Like this guy.
It
was
kind of came down to like they busted out all these guitars and amps and like microphones and like I mean they have everything that you can ever imagine, and so they're like, which one do you want to play on? And so Danny starts kind of picking away at stuff, And once he found one that he liked, which is this like white,
Yeah, it was a Telecaster.
it's not the Telecaster.
It's like a broadcaster.
It was
like one of the first ones that it only had that one
It's got
thing.
another name.
It is a
Yeah,
broadcaster.
it was a Telecast shaped guitar, but it did go by another name. I
forgot what they're called.
I'm not too tech savvy myself, but
Awesome.
it wasn't like we played that guitar purposely. It's just that each song called for a certain tone or a certain type of mid-range or whatever, what have you. And you know, a lot of times that guitar just sounded
Juan.
more appropriate for yeah. You
We
know.
won the shootout.
You just always go back to it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it wasn't a thing. Oh, it's Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar. It wasn't anything like that. It just so happened to be like a lot of the songs called for that particular
it
tone.
just worked.
and it just worked.
And we
But
found out later that it was it belonged to Stevie Ray Vaughan. It was actually his actual guitar.
Yeah.
And they just have it there. And there was a story about how like the son sold it to the owner, and so now the owner has it, and he's like, you know, and then they never sold anything ever again from his personal collection. And so
We
that's
actually-
like one of the only guitars.
we actually got footage of me kind of going back and forth with a steel player.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I was nice and drunk and stoned, and, you know, and it was just a very beautiful moment.
It was, man. It was awesome. It almost brought me to tears, honestly. I was like,
Well, we do. I know some. I know at the very end.
You'll
some
hear-
of us
you'll hear
did
it on the
because,
album.
I know some of us did because I remember, and this is the highlight that I took from that trip is, you know, we went in there and we worked really hard. We woke up early. We fucking stayed up late. I mean, we did a lot of stuff and we worked really hard on this. And then to see Tony, you know, the owner of Sonic Ranch, come into the studio because this guy audits what he does, man. I mean, he's not gonna let you just come on his grounds and use the studios. I mean, he's gonna go in there and talk to whoever's working, man, and he's gonna follow up.
Yeah.
And when we were done, funny, crazy story. When we were done, man, Tony walks in.
He just like demands the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Godfather,
And
like-
dude, he's a godfather, man. Tony walks in the room, bro, and everybody fucking goes silent. So the crazy story was he walks in the room and everybody goes silent, man. And Josh was the producer. You know, he's like, "Hey, Tony, check it out, man. We're done. I want to show you the yin and the yang." You know, so he proceeds to show Tony, you know, like the mellowest song that we got on the album, you know, and Tony's like, "I dig it, man, I dig it." And then he's like, "Here's
Both
the
Tony
end."
said you have some really compelling stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, you know,
Pretty cool.
just to cut the story
It's like
short,
the, like the standard.
Yeah.
yeah, just to cut the story short, what Danny's saying, man, like to hear that, man. I mean, I know it brought me to tears. I know me and Chris
Wonderful
Yeah.
people.
were like,
wonderful.
it really hits.
It was just
man.
it was like the.
It's the moment, man. It was the moment.
Yeah,
it was the
it was
moment.
like
That's
a
all it
stamp
was.
of approval at the end of the 2 weeks that we were out there, and he was
Yeah.
like, pretty much like, "Hey guys, good job. This is good stuff." And it seemed like he meant it. So I don't know. So
Yeah,
I can't
no.
wait for you guys to hear it.
I mean, this guy's seen everything. I mean, he's seen everything, dude. You know what I mean? He's been there, what, 20,
He's
30
friends.
years?
Yeah, he's friends with all these big dudes.
Yeah, man. I mean, this dude, nothing impresses this guy, but for him to say something about us, I mean,
Yeah, and it wasn't even like that's
I'm not-
amazing. It was more like you got some compelling stuff here.
I'm just gonna leave it at what it was.
You get like his
He basically told us,
leg one.
don't fuck it up.
Yeah. He's like, hey, now it's up. Now it's up.
Totally in that like Godfather stance. He had that one leg over the other, and he's like sitting in a little rolling chair, just kind of with his hands up. He's like, "Get some compelling stuff there, man."
Yeah, man. Yeah, don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
did say that.
but
Pretty much.
it was great, man. It was great.
Wonderful experience.
The most amazing experience.
How was that hot sauce?
That it's the burning on the side of the
That one
mouth.
was super
Honestly,
good.
I think I need a reminder.
No, I
My
put some more on
mustache,
it.
my mustache is falling off as we speak.
That one tasted like beef jerky, dude. It tasted very peppery.
Yeah, I think I should put more. I don't know why I listened to you and you were like, dude, be careful. Dude, see what you gotta put up with.
blinded.
So the pandemic ruined a lot of stuff for musicians. Why did you decide to do it in a time when most people threw in the towel?
No, pretty good.
That was timing, man. That was all timing, actually.
Okay, so
That was just timing. All this fell on our lap really quick. As we said earlier, it just happened really fast. I mean, fucking.
what happened?
Really fast.
What happened with me, man? To kick it all off, we ended up. I mean, my job got shut down for a little bit, and so they were not they were not putting as many people to work as usual, so my schedule wasn't that crazy. So I had a lot of time at home, so I was sitting on like 10, 15 different songs. You right over there?
No.
I'm sitting on like 10 or 15 different songs, unfinished, and I just had the time to finish them, and they were done. And I'm just kind of this like workaholic. I don't like sitting around and things are just kind of sitting. I need to be doing something constantly. So it's like, well, the music's done. Now let's practice them. Now let's write everything else. All these guys come in and do this stuff. And it's like, well, now this is
It's
good.
fucking hot, dude.
And we finally found the studio had perfect timing. And then we needed to find a producer, so we got the studio ready. The songs were done, all because of the shutdown. So we kind of took everything to our advantage because we had so much time. And you know, Tony had called me on the phone one day. He was like, "Do you have a producer?" I was like, "No, we don't have a producer." And he was like, "Well, who do you have in mind? Do you want to work with somebody?" And I said, "Well, Josh Thompson."
It's hot. It's fucking hot, dude. I can't fucking. My tears are hot. It's like, you fucking feeling that? My eyes are burning.
So we ended up working. I know. It's starting to hit the back of my throat. Dude.
Oh yeah, you bet, baby.
We ended up calling. He said, "Who do you want to work with?" Oh yeah. Oh man, I was saying right there. So we ended up. He said, "Who do you want to work with?" I said, "Josh Thompson, who's the bass player for Cody Jinks, bass player for the Tone Deaf Hippies. He's their producer too, and things like that."
Fuck.
But he's like, "Oh, let me give him a call and I'll send him your music if you let me." See what he says. So he sent him our music. Then Josh calls me, says, "Hey man, this stuff is cool. What are you thinking of doing? Let's work together." And so he produced, the whole album alongside me and the guys. We sat there.
Dude, my eyes are watering.
We worked every day on it, and together, man, we just, he had a lot of good ideas. We had never really written a country album before, especially myself. And so he really helped out a
Just
lot, man.
being in the studio for me, dude, at that level, like,
Yeah.
it was just like I was like, dude, I'm here to do a job. Like, we gotta do this, man. Like,
Yeah.
And he was the way he just expedited the fucking, just the process of doing that. It was really nice.
I mean, one thing I will take away from what he did, man, is I played with the Hana bands, I played with country bands.
Your hair goes straight all of a sudden.
Dude, it's like fucking undid my dreads and shit. Got me the Static X look.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Oh fuck. So one thing I will take away with Josh, man, is like I said, I played with the Hana bands and jazz bands and all that sort of stuff. But he came in one day and
You finish that, Wayne?
I thought it was really crazy, man. He had this little story and he goes, I recorded with this one guy and this guy put it the best fucking way. When you're recording, think of it like a boat. You're following the tempo with a boat. Just follow the boat, man.
How do you remember all that shit? I only remember because, you're
I was the one that was drinking and smoking more. No, I wasn't doing anything. But anyways, he simplified it to put it in the boat method. Follow the boat, the way the boat rocks, and simplify it. Because you never know who's gonna come in after you to record, and they need that space. So I thought that was cool,
Yeah,
man.
man. Like going back to the pandemic thing, like we got one of our steel players because he had no work, and like it just like everything just melded in together. Where
Yeah,
we get to have these experiences with all like Dakota. Dakota was on tour with like some really big guys, and like he's like, oh well, this happens.
Because of
Like
the pandemic, he was there, so we got kind of catered to.
lucky, dude.
We got the real.
We got the cream of the crop, dude, from
Yeah,
from what they have. In my
And
opinion.
then on
Nobody's
top of that,
lucky right now.
on top of that, because
We
of,
just- it
well,
just
I mean,
happens to be
we
a
just got lucked out
coincidence.
when it came to the music.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like we didn't really have a steel player that would be able to do what we needed them to and all these things, and we don't have a steel player currently in the band. So if you're out there, we're looking.
Please.
But Josh was because like Cody's not touring and stuff right now. He was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and call my guy and see if he can do some stuff. So the steel that you're gonna hear on the album is Austin Tripp. He's the steel player for the Tone Deaf Hippies, Cody Jinks and stuff. So thank you
Thank you very much,
seeing
man.
us all for helping us
Yeah,
out.
man, really.
So yeah, man, we got we got lucky on a lot of stuff. It's not even that we requested these things. Just the stuff was cool, and Josh was super cool, man. Like for being who he is. I remember
Dad.
hanging out with him one night. He's
Dad.
like, yeah,
We called him
Dad.
Dad, man. We had to nickname him Dad, man, because
He was dad.
Yeah, he was dad, man. I mean, when he asked for something, he wanted you to be there at a certain time, or he asked you.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
He runs a tight ship.
He runs a tight ship, right? Yeah.
But also, like, we're looking up to him because of the things that he's accomplished in his musical career and stuff. And I remember talking to him one night. I think we were talking to him, and he's like, "Man, I'm just a guy, dude." Like, you know, so we're like, "Man, but you're the dude of, you know." And he's like, "I'm just a guy." He's like, "I'm a dad," and
Dude,
that's about it. And
that's
so he's super cool.
That's one of the biggest.
We're not.
That's one of the biggest things that
Talk
like
about.
that I was there for was like asking all these questions, you know, and like hearing their stories and just like kind of demystifying that whole like how do you get from point A to point B? You know what I mean? Like what is
Yeah.
the middle ground? You know what I mean?
From being like what we're doing and doing the local shows to being professional and you
Yeah,
have
dude.
your management, your lawyers,
Yeah,
you know,
and
touring.
it's not from like some like you know somebody that's just like oh yeah this is what you got to do blah blah blah. It's like this guy's actually right now
He's living
doing
it. He's living it.
right
Yeah,
now, yeah.
Like this is the guy you want to talk to. You
Yeah,
know,
dude.
and he's lending his time to us.
Exactly.
It was
And then-
crazy, man.
When we had time to talk about it, he
Yeah.
gave us some very insightful advice.
My mustache burns.
I mean, he told us, you know, this is what you gotta do. This
I had a mustache before we
You
started
want
eating that
advance,
one.
you know, you want advance, you gotta do this.
Yeah, we learned a lot. We learned a lot from him. Josh, if you watch
everybody,
this,
bro, like-
which
Oh, man.
send it to you.
Yeah, we love it, man.
Dude, love you, dude, and
Appreciate it.
we learned a ton of stuff. You know, we weren't just kind of going in there name dropping. It was like we wanted somebody that was going to develop our sound and kind of bring the best musicianship out of us, and I think that he did that. So thank you for that.
Honestly.
And it was awesome, man.
So
So
it really was.
How's the flavor on the wings?
this is
That
hot.
one was hot.
That's getting hot, dude.
That one was pretty hot.
That's getting hot, dude.
Like it creeped up on you. Like it was like, oh,
Yeah,
taste the
dude,
flavor,
I
which
feel
is
it
good.
in the
You
back of my
tasted
throat.
it.
I had to take off my hat. That says something.
And this is some kind of
I can feel it around the lip area.
yeah. I'm digging the
Yeah.
dog tag, man. This is super cool.
Yeah.
I need to give another Coke real quick before we keep.
What does the future look like for the band?
You're sucking in your mouth, Chris?
All right, so the future of the band. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Holy shit. You're so good.
It's
It's
good.
good, bro.
Mm.
Not for right now.
Pretty fast.
Did we put him back?
Uh huh.
No, that's good.
It's gonna come. Just wait.
It's a creeper?
What's the future? Sorry, what's our future? Tell us our future.
Besides the toilet.
Crystal ball.
Right?
Uh-oh.
No, it's creeping.
I feel it.
My mouth is on fire. Okay. Holy shit, dude. All right, so the future of the band is basically shows.
Oh, fuck.
We have music videos coming. We have a lot of cool stuff happening in the future, and hopefully, you know, we get to tour once all this stuff is over.
Oh, dude. What the?
You know, what's been a challenge more than anything, man, is, you know, and I really need to say this because it's something I've endured all my life, of course, like most musicians. You know, is being able to gear up, man. You got to get the gear. You got to get.
You gotta sound good, man.
But I mean, so the main goal for the future is, you know, hopefully all this stuff does go away and we can figure out how to, you know, keep it going, and we can figure out to, you know, how to get back on our feet, and all the bands sustain themselves and, you know, just keep it going. So future plans is, you know, more music and touring, you know, hopefully.
Pushing this out, man. Getting it out, man.
Future plans is my mouth not hurting anymore.
Yeah, that's something. That's
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, mine still is, dude. That's fucking
So how's that hot sauce?
That one was pretty hot.
Yeah,
It was good though.
it snuck up on you because in the beginning it's so
It's-
good. You're like, dude, it's bad, and you start digging in, and then later on it's like, gotcha.
Zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse. This is really good, man.
That was good, yeah.
It tastes really good, but holy hell.
All right, so the burning question: when does the album actually come out?
Okay,
okay.
hold on. Wait, you gotta wait.
Go.
Hey, you know what? Let's wait till it's also.
Oh no, I like it. Bro, that's not good, man. Get the fuck off my tongue.
Oh shit.
Don't swallow. Whatever you guys do, don't swallow.
You know my.
Damn.
How do you feel? You're fucking
one's pretty hot, man. Like the beer's not helping that.
You sweating, bro?
What is that? Are you putting ice in milk?
Dude, it doesn't go away.
Much like us, it's we're not going anywhere.
Also, November 6th.
November 7th, November 6th is the album release. November 7th, I'm playing a show. The album will be everywhere, platforms, wherever music is. I hate
Mucus.
Dude, my tears are burning. I couldn't wash my face.
Fucking Chris has milk coming out of his face.
Oh, dude. Oh, that hurts so bad.